Thanks. Today in Ask the Vet, the top reasons pets should go to the veterinarian. Probably something you avoid as long as possible, but it's necessary beyond the regular vaccinations. Dr. Matt Nelson is here from Maple Ridge Vet Clinic in Geneseo, and it is a pain to take your dog or your cat to the vet.
I will agree with that. Loading them up in the car, and cats are howling the whole way into the,
yes, right.
the clinic. And
the cats especially seem to hate it. But
they do.
Let's go ahead and take a look at those reasons to take your pets to a vet. I'm just going to go through them, and then you can point out some specific things.
Sure.
Talk about infections,
yep.
whether it's ear or urinary tract, gastritis, vomiting,
yep.
skin tumors. So what of those do you see most often, Matt?
Well, when we're talking about dogs, we see skin problems galore. That's probably the first 3 or 4 top problems that dogs have and why they come in. And the problem with skin in dogs, when they're allergic to something, whether it's inhalant allergy or a contact allergy or even food allergy, they don't break out in hives, or they don't, have a hard time breathing, but their skin gets really red, really itchy, and ears are extension of skin. So
you have a little model, so one on the end of the skin.
Yeah, and it goes from normal skin on the left-hand side to disease skin on the right, and we see a wide variation of those. But it's
mainly dogs and not in cats.
Right. We don't see a whole lot of skin problems in cats, but when we do, we treat them the same way. But the infections can get pretty irritating for the dog and frustrating for the owners.
What's the number one thing for pet owners who have cats?
The number one thing is really urinary tract infections, and urinary tract infections in cats are frustrating beyond belief, because I won't bore you with all the details, but only a small amount of urinary issues are due to infections. The rest of them, they're what we call idiopathic, and the root word of idiopathic is idiot. We don't know what causes them. So that's the frustrating.
Is that where that came from? Yeah.
So and that's one of the number one reasons cats are turned into shelters, is because of the urinary issues.
Really?
Yeah.
More so that dogs don't have that as much.
Not as much as cats. I mean, when dogs have problems, they're usually infectious, but cats, they're just a strange animal.
Oh, now the cat lovers. Well, they're mysterious, aren't they? They are rather.
Yep, and it was kind of funny with your heart segment a little bit earlier, talking about women, and they'd kind of ignore symptoms, and I might get in trouble for this, but women with cats, because women and cats, they're tough, and they don't show they're sick until they're really sick.
I remember last time you were here and we talked about the myths, and one of them was cats have 9 lives, and
right.
I said, where did that ever come from? You said, because cats don't show their symptoms.
Right.
They're so tough that you don't know, by the time they're really sick, they're nearly dying.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better. I mean, that's when they show signs of illness, it's long past due to come into the vet.
Wow. We are tough.
Yep.
Tough like a cat. Never thought to put it that way.
Right. Well, now it puts it into perspective.
So just one other thing about checkups. We need to take them more often than just for the shots.
Right. Yeah, we really urge people to not just come in once a year, because if you think about it, and this is a couple segments back, a year of a pet's life is not, equivalent to 5 years of human life. It sometimes can be 5 to 10 years span between in a year. And so we really encourage twice yearly exams, and that really will pick up a lot on the small things that you don't catch at home.
Good. Thank you, Dr. Matt.
Sure.
Nice to have you back today.
Nice to be here.
Up next, the game that brings